Sweet. All right, Gage. So tell us what you went to school for at Shawnee State. Well, here, let's start with this. Tell us who you are and what you do now.
So my name is Gage Oberling, from Portsmouth, Ohio, working at Glockner of Ashland as a finance and insurance manager currently.
Awesome. And you graduated from Shawnee State. We're both Shawnee State alumni. What was your degree in, or what did you pursue there?
So originally, being from a dealership family, I went for business administration. Uh, I kind of got a little complacent with it, so I decided to switch it up a little bit and do sports management with a focus on business, and that's what I actually graduated in. Um, kind of always been a business-oriented family, so that's kind of what I decided to pursue, and
Hmm.
here I am now.
Yeah, and how was your family involved? Like, can you tell us a little bit about your family business?
Yeah, so my great grandfather started Oberling Motor Company, 1930s, I believe. We were in business for 84 years, and actually, the year that I graduated college was the last year that we were open. So I decided to kind of continue the car business and decided to come out to Glockner of Ashland.
Mm. And I know, like, just from looking at some of the documents that we have here at Glockner, that your grandfather and Ebby, like, they were on like the same boards, like local dealership boards and things like that. Correct? So
Mhm.
was it that relationship that got you interested and involved at Glockner?
Our families have always been, two different aspects, competitors and then family friends as well. So I knew it was a good organization. I knew there was going to be a lot of potential for growth. And, I just decided to put my hat in it and, keep working hard. So far, it's paid off pretty well. So, there's really no replacement for hard work, I reckon.
Mm. Um, And yeah, I guess your family being a part of the business for a long time, and now you being Nick Lochner. Tell us, what do you think? What do people think car sales is like, maybe, and what is it actually like? Can you kind of speak to that a little bit?
I guess I kind of think I would have a skewed perspective because I've always had the inside view of what car sales is. So I think the most people, they think, you're just, it's a part-time job to somebody. You just come in, drink coffee, hang out, not really much involved into it. But with this being such a more consumer-oriented industry, especially with the shopping tools now, a salesperson has to be extremely on top of their game. Our dealership does a lot of self-marketing stuff like that, and it's not a 9 to 5. This is a career that you have to put 110% into, especially with setting yourself out from everybody else, because I mean in the consumer's mind, a car salesperson is no different than any other car salesperson. So being different is definitely going to be your greatest strength.
Hmm. Yeah, I'd agree, Gage, with exactly what you said. I mean, I think when people look at car sales from the outside, a lot of them think like, well, that's for people who don't have degrees, or that's for people that are in some kind of transition or need a part-time job, or it's not a career necessarily. Um, but I think that just comes with the stigma that car sales has had, and Glockner's done like an amazing job attracting people like you, and having people like you on the team that break that stereotype and show people know that sky's really the limit in this industry, just like any other. It's really just how you apply yourself. Um, by your experience, Gage, what does it take to have a successful career after graduation and in the automotive industry?
Um, Really, you have to come in with an open mindset. Especially, in my career field, my professor, Dr. Rader, wasn't scared to tell anybody. Coming out of college, you're looking at an internship. You're looking at $10 to $15 an hour starting out, and it's years of growth. So I always kind of had that mindset that I'm not. I'm just I feel like I'm going to try harder and set myself aside and be more successful. And, you know, it really just takes a mindset of hard work. You know, not all college kids are coming out of school getting, you know, 60, 70, $85,000 paying a year jobs, because I feel like, honestly, you know, the job market these days is oversaturated with college degrees. And it's sad, because, you know, you're investing so much of your time and your money into it. But again, there's no replacement for hard work. You got to set yourself aside. You got to show why you're different than other people. And, you know, with me, I was lucky enough to, you know, already know the Glockner family and be from this area. So I definitely had, you know, a jump start to it, which I'm very thankful for. But, you know, got to work hard, make yourself different is the biggest thing for me.
Absolutely, yeah, and I like this sentiment too that you mentioned immediately, was just keeping your mind open. I think, like, after graduation, graduates have a habit of like looking at the job landscape and thinking like, I need to do something that is directly like on that, like, is in line with the name of my degree, right? And so you can kind of stifle yourself or not get started because you're looking for the perfect application or job opening, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I was kind of there when you know, the first 3 months leading up to graduation. I was thinking, man, I don't have a clue. I mean, I know that, you know, my professor, Dr. Rader, did a great job of, you know, setting us up with alumni, which I think is extremely important. You know, it's good to have that inner connection. LinkedIn is a great way to do that, just staying up with everybody. But, you know, he definitely gave us the tools. And I think that, you know, that makes a great professor at Shawnee, you know, giving the students, you know, their marketing abilities of all the alumni, which is, with Shawnee being such a small school, I think it keeps people closer. It makes us want to look back and help the next guy. So
Absolutely.
It's a good system, though, the way they have it going.
Absolutely. Lots of people mention Dr. Rader, and it sounds like he's really did help you guys kind of take the next step and think about application, not just your degree itself.
Yeah.
What would you say, Gage, to someone that's interested in exploring a career in the auto industry or at Glockner? What should they consider? What's it like, you know, day to day? And then how you move up in the company. We'll take it one step at a time here, but first, what should they consider? What's working at Glockner like?
I mean, it's good. You know, there's the small family kind of oriented and co-worker employee system. You know, it doesn't feel like you're working at, you know, a Fortune 500 company where no one knows your name. You know, I pretty much, you know, I've got 35 people that I could call at any time. They pick up the phone and say, "Hey, Gage, how are you?" And it's just nice. You know, there's half the people in this organization that sometimes, you know, I've never even seen their face, but I feel like I know them really well just from talking to them over the phone. It's just nice to have that kind of family oriented, you know, style of communication.
Right.
You know, it's at the same time in sales, especially, you know, it can be competitive, but you're still going to have, you know, your coworkers there to help you out. You know, I definitely like that. When I first got here, you know, I had an idea about sales, especially being from the family, but I learned a lot. And I think the reason is I came into it and it was kind of like a culture shock, because I was like, you know, this is my first big job, and I was open to learning and, you know, accepting new traditions and stuff like that. And I think that's kind of what let me set myself off, was be teachable. You know, just because you come out of college with a degree doesn't make you the smartest person on the planet.
Sure.
You know, you have, especially if you have no real job experience, the real world can be pretty big and hit you hard. So you gotta focus on what you want and be definitely open-minded.
Absolutely. And I like what you said there. And I think Shawnee does a great job at teaching you not just like what to think, but how to think, and have that continual education kind of mindset, because you'll need it to succeed. Awesome. Well, Gage, thanks so much for taking the time to talk to us. If anyone would want to reach out to you, maybe to learn a little bit more, or are really interested at working at Glockner of Ashland or one of the other locations, where could they reach you?
Yeah, give me a call or text me. Phone number 740-821-1574. If you have any questions, I'd be more than happy to answer them. I was in your same position at one point, and having a lifeline is definitely gives you a lot of peace of mind, helps you kind of get your feet wet. So be more than happy to help any way I can.
Well, thanks, Gage. We appreciate you. I know Shawnee, I'm sure, is proud of how far you've come, and we appreciate you here at Glockner. So thanks so much for your time, man.
Yeah, man, absolutely. Appreciate it.
Yep.